As always, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you so much for watching Once and Often. Joining me today on TikTok, Instagram, all of his platforms, he is Bougie Boy. Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me. So this is going to be a good one. This is
Of
going to
course.
be
I have feelings too.
this is
Let's
going to be
keep
a good one.
going.
So I want to start off with some soft topics first, because you were born in Egypt, right?
Yes.
And so do you call yourself Egyptian or African?
I'm African.
Okay, and see my reason.
Egyptian African. It's like how they do like African American and stuff like that. So I'm Egyptian African.
My reason for asking, because if anyone says that's a dumb question, I've heard of Egyptians who did not consider themselves African; they only considered themselves Egyptian. So yeah,
See, the way I got raised from my mother, we are Egyptian African. Okay, we are the ancient Egyptians. So maybe they not the same as me because the DNA different and all of that, girl. So they might have the different beliefs or whatever. But the way I raised in my culture, in my religion, in my country, I'm Egyptian, African, and I'm one of the ancient Egyptians.
gotcha. Thank you for clearing that up, because I'm like,
You're
unless
welcome.
they took Egypt and moved it out of Africa, I would think you would still be African, right? Okay, cool. Thank you for clearing that up.
You're welcome.
Now, you are a member of the Arab community,
Yes,
and you are a member of the Muslim community,
yes.
and you are a member of the gay community.
Clock that.
So, so here's the thing.
Clock that.
If you had said this to me about a year ago, I would have been like, maybe even 6 months ago, I would have been like, no, you can't be all three, because what we know, Arabs and Muslims, they live by very, strict principles. And I'm like, well, how can you be all three? But you are happily, I'm Arab, I'm Muslim, I'm gay.
Yes, and out.
And out. And out. So it's no secret.
Honey. And I'm sorry that I'm in the car, honey. I was having a shoot before I get with you, but I was like, honey, we working, we booked and busy.
Listen,
So
we're always on the go. This is adulthood. We are always on the go. So let's get into it. So,
yeah.
your sexuality and whatnot. I don't really think anyone cares. I don't. But you started off normal kid having fun, right? And then at some point, what, 7 years old, a tragedy took place.
Yes. Did take a place from my one of my cousins. It was hard to deal with it at the moment of it, of course. And it is just it's it changed a lot in me. Um I call it trauma. When I had, my previous podcast and stuff like that, when one of these clips went viral, it was just everybody was it's not understanding how you call it trauma, and at the same time you became it. So it just to clear that up, whatever happened to you in your life when you was young, in my belief, again, this is all my opinion and my beliefs. Okay, I'm not telling anybody to switch what they believe or anything like that. Please let me make this clear with you, Mama, today, because I'm just tired of people coming at me with that. For trauma when it happened to you when it was young, is it would in my mentality it will grow up with you. It will make you who you are until you press in your mind that change button to reset your whole entire self to become who you want to become. But as long as the trauma with you, and I'm not saying that I'm not healed or I'm not, the healing process is long. It's not people like, oh, I pray today, I'm healed tomorrow. Girl, get your dick in your pants, bitch, because I'm that. Okay, so you will take your time to heal, and you will take your time from a lot of shit that happened to you in your life. So trauma, when persons say that they have trauma, a lot of people deal with it differently. So maybe the way that I deal with my trauma, or other gay guys deal with trauma, or other straight men deal with trauma, or other women deal with trauma is different from each other. We are not the same.
Right.
Everybody has his own path, his own way of thinking, his own way of being a boss ass bitch or a boss ass man. The way I think I'm a bad bitch, the way you think that I'm not. But bitch, you nothing to me. Like, hello,
But you know what? I think what you said is true. I don't even think it's a matter of opinion. I think it's a matter of what's truth. You stated that trauma follows you in life. And I don't even think that's an opinion. I absolutely think that's a fact. Now, if anyone wants to say that's an opinion, have at it. I'm not here to debate you. Hold your
Right.
comments. I don't care. I think when trauma does happen at a very early age, it does follow you. And so it almost becomes a part of you and it alters your life thoughts and things. What stood out to me when you were talking to Chris Styles, and shout out to Chris Styles and the whole Trapping Anonymous team. I know if y'all see me, I know y'all know who Chris Styles and Trapping Anonymous is. So
Yes,
shout out.
honey. Girl, he didn't know he would know you today. You with me. Hello.
Okay.
Okay, quite bit. That's my brother. You gotta go to his live event. I'm gonna take you to his live event.
Yes.
His live event coming up. I would definitely go support him.
Definitely check it out because it's happening in New York, right?
Yeah.
February 8th, something like that. I can't make it. But for those of you in New York, if you just so happen to be watching, check out Trapping Anonymous. Go to his profile. All the details are there. The brother is dope. He's doing big things. Shout out to
Yes, he
Chris
is.
Styles. But what you said in your conversation to him that stood out to me, you said, and your word choice was, everybody is born normal.
Yes. And I stand on that and I stand with that and that's what I believe. I'm not saying that's what you believe or what the other people believe. I promise you guys, I want. We're gonna talk about that later, but okay, because I don't want to confuse the viewers. But
No, no,
we're
no.
gonna take step by step with them.
We're going to get there. We're going to get there.
Yep.
So everybody is born normal. I agree. I absolutely agree. But when you say normal, that means your life started off normal until something happened at 7 years old. So what happened at seven?
What happened when my 7 years old? I was a kid that his mom and his dad divorced. Some days he's at his dad's family house. Some days he's at his mom's house. One of the days when all that happened, I was at one of my aunt's house. And the boys sleep with the boys, the girls sleep with the girls in the Arabic community, leave the lights, and they have this trick of how kids be asleep. So that day when I went with my cousin and we were sleeping in the same bed, obviously because they was just having two bedrooms, whatever. And it started as a game that was playing on the computer and was like, oh, choose this girl, be that girl, or do like that, and do like that, and just how she dressed, and it was just started like a playful. I was 7 years old. I was stupid. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no
Right.
7 years old in the world. Well, back then, not these kind of 7 years old, these generation, honey, because they already born into it.
Right.
Okay, please. So, and mind you, I came from a very strict Muslim Arabic family. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't even experienced to it before I even knew anything about it from my cousin. He was 18 years old or 17 years old at that time. I was 7 years old. So it's a 10, 11 years old gap. Whatever I didn't live, he already lived it and done it and doing it again. So when that started happen, it started happening the first day. He started taking off a little bit clothes and stuff like that. Then it started to be in habit that, oh, I'll buy you this if you come next weekend. I'll buy you this if you come next weekend. So it just started to be in a habit that every time I go there. When I got tired and I was just got so scared one day and I went, I told my dad. He didn't believe me. I told my dad after the fact, like I told my dad when I moved in here. But when I told my mom, she was like, "Oh, do not tell the family. You're gonna cause a lot of family between my family and your dad's family." It was just they was always worried about their reputation.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially in my city, in my country, like my mom has her reputation. You know what I'm saying? Her family last name and it carry a lot of weight, which I understand that in Arabic community, but shit happened
Yeah.
and y'all gotta deal with it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you're absolutely right. It
And it
happened.
takes off from my cousin to the other cousin to the other cousin, and it was just like I would never forget when I told my dad, he was like, "Oh, so you was just the hero love of the family, like everybody just fall in love with you." I'm like, well, you making fun of it, but it's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not. It wasn't fun to me until my stepdad, and I don't want to go further about it because I respect my mom, but. until my stepdad, I was just like I'm. It was I want to leave Egypt. That's when it really pushed me. Like I want to go to live in here. I begged my mother to sign the papers for the embassy basically to sell me to my dad. Like, okay, here you go, that's your son. And I was just so tired of can't live just by myself. Nobody. I don't want nobody touch me. I don't want nobody talk to me. I don't want nobody knows anything about me. So me thinking coming here it will help me, it did not. It did not.
See, this is why I wanted
I
to.
don't want to get too emotional because I love you.
No, 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 no. You know what? This is why I wanted to talk about the soft stuff first, right? Being Egyptian or African or what have you, because I knew it was going to get heavy. I just didn't know it was going to get heavy this soon.
No, that's just the beginning.
Yeah, I know. And let me just apologize. I forgot to take out my Invisalign, so my words are funny. And so to my
Oh, girl, no,
one of my
don't worry. You're
look
completely
to
fine.
one of my besties, China. If you're watching, please keep your comments to yourself, okay? Because she can't tolerate this thing anyway. So
It's always the best that got the comments.
right, yeah, yeah. So hold on a second. So at 7 years old, the age gap between you and your cousin, 10, 11 years, and he rapes you.
Yeah.
What did you think or know was happening in the moment?
Disgusting things. I was so disgusted when I first ever saw a nut, his nut. Girl, I was so disgusted. I was so young and like, I was an Arabic Muslim boy. Like that, every Friday go to the mosque in front of his house, and not allowed to play with other boys and just read the book and like play with your sisters. That was another problem that I always around females. Caught me with my attitude and stuff like that. But I would lie to you if I told you that's how I felt at that moment. Until now, I'm 30 years old and I still cannot. I don't understand the feelings back then. Like back then, I was like one of my friends they will be watching maybe, but one of my friends he knew I was like I hate you. We was made fun of it. Like I was like, oh my god, I would never have a guy nut on me or anything like that from my trauma. But girl, when I did it with my man, I was like, yes, baby.
Oh my God.
You gotta see that's okay. That's me. When I'm hurt or I'm talking about a topic, it's like very hitting nerve.
Yeah,
I talk about it, and at the same time, I make fun of it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Because I know people already in the viewers will make fun of me about it. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, "Oh my God, he just don't know what he's talking." Like her, you're not me, so
Yeah,
you don't know how I deal with my nerves.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I give the answer to you to answer. I already answered. I say I don't know how I was feeling at that moment. I would be a liar if I told you, "Oh my God, I felt so good," or "Oh my God, I felt confused," or "Oh my God, I felt scared." I felt a lot of things in the same moment. The first time was horrible. The second time was horrible. The third time, I was confused, like why this happened. And he was just always like, "Oh, I'll buy you this, and I love you." And I'm just like, and I'm not saying I'm a material person, but honey, I came from mama owning Chanel in the fucking '90s, so it was in my blood. So I was like, "Oh, buy me that, buy me that."
You know, the way you tell your story is kind of like one of those things. The same thing that makes you laugh makes you cry.
Yes.
Um,
Oh,
and
you said it's so classy, honey. You said it's so classy, baby. Yes.
stop! You making me smile. My Invisalign is out. Stop. Okay, so so now that this happens to you at 7 years old, you are saying that not only did your cousin do this, but he was ejaculating on you,
Yeah.
and you were 7 years old.
Yes.
You had to keep this to yourself because of your culture, because of your family reputation, because of your community. You get to a point where you're like, I need to tell somebody, mommy, this
Yeah.
happened, daddy, this happened. And then dad disowns you.
Okay, so from after 7 to like 10, events start happening with the same kind of sex stuff with different member of the family. They was like because my cousin told his cousin, "Oh, Ahmed, he go that way. So I was like, wait, is the whole motherfucking family gay? And like, and y'all gonna end up blaming me? Like, I just don't get it. Two of the girls with my cousins was already lesbians. They was already doing it together. It was just, I don't know. They was all older. I was one of the youngest ones, and they was always older from like they are from my aunts, so they carry different last names. I was the first child in my dad's last name to carry the last name. Let's make that very clear because I know one of my family they are watching, honey. Let me clock that. I'm the first person that carries my dad's family and my dad's name. So it took a lot for me to, when I came here at 11 years old, to be the person that my dad wants because it didn't happen.
Did you feel like in order for you to live a free life, you needed to get out of there and get to the US?
Yes, that was. Oh my God, I was. Whew, please God, I was praying to, honey. I was praying to God, Jesus, Satan, whatever the fuck y'all praying to. I was praying to it. Take me out of here. I want to leave. And until now when I grow up, 30 years old, I was like, all right, I'm done with United States of America. I want to move.
So,
It's nothing for me in here.
and see, all of this is so foreign because of how we Americans, how we see the Arab and the Muslim community, right? But you're saying, no, it's a lot of us over there, a whole lot.
Whole lot, whole lot. That's why I want to represent the Arab LGBT community. Come out. You talk about your trauma. A lot of Arab gay guys, beautiful guys that I know, they are living miserably because they scared to leave to lose their dad money or this and this and that. They have to please their parents because that's how religion is. No, I am the voice for it. Like you never heard of Arab gay community.
No.
Why not? I want to be out. I want to have a gay Arab parade. I want all the Arab parade, all the Arab gay guys to be united, to be connected, like our black community in here. When it comes to gay people, they all connected. They are powerful. They have the voice. They have the ballroom. They all connected. And RuPaul did this. And honey, in the future, not too far, I will be the Arab RuPaul. I want every Arab guy to look at me and build this community for them and to be comfortable to be out and talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Fuck your dad at that moment. He not gonna give you no money, but when he die, you still on the will. Clock that. Like,
I'm not,
girl, or go out there and get to work and making money. Why you living miserable?
I'm not supposed
I
to be
lost
laughing.
one of my close friends, my Arabic close friends. His dad killed him. That's why I have all these anger when it comes to not having voices out when it comes to gay community. I don't care if you're born gay or you're not born gay. That has nothing to do of what I want to do to my community. I don't care you want to be a man, you want to be a woman, or you gay, be safe. That's it. Be safe, be happy, live it, and make it.
So,
It shouldn't be that hate
so your
to the
friend,
Arabic community. Like people look at us like, oh my God, you're Arabic and you gay and you Muslim. I be like, yes, bitch, and I suck dick. And assalamu alaikum, okay? Like what's tea? Like respect me.
yeah.
I am Muslim and I am gay and I read my book and I'm still gay and I love it.
And I think
And I'm bi and I love it. I'm
that's
everything. I love it.
that's the hardest part of it. It's what we don't know because again, you could not tell an American that you're Arab and Muslim because how we see it is we know again
I'm
that
gonna
you're
bomb everybody around me.
but your friend who was murdered
That's
by
why they look at it.
your friend, and I'm so sorry this happened to your friend, but his father killed him.
Yes, yes. And it was just the most one of the horrible things. And my dad before, my dad now, rest in peace. Um, he told me before. My dad told me before. He was like, "You see what happened?" He was like, "You're lucky you're not in Egypt. I would have been killed you by now." It was too. Oh my God, girl! I took a lot from my father.
I was going to ask if you ever thought he would have killed you if you didn't leave Egypt.
Yes, I did. I used to be scared. I used to be scared when I'm around my dad by myself sometimes. Our car rides from work to home be used to be so quiet that like if you drop a pin in the car, you can hear it. Like we never had a relationship. My dad's relationship with me was work relationship. I was a work slave for him. Free. Your son, a great worker. I'm a very hard worker, man. Like I can be a bad bitch on Instagram and bitch, you're gonna see me delivering something because I need money or something. Like I'm all about money. So he teach me that. I love him for that. Thank you. But I was a free property for my father. You know, do this, do that, do this, do that.
I'm really having a hard time understanding what will make a parent kill their child. And I know over there, from what I understand, it's perfectly legal. Like they could do
Yes,
that.
it is legal. Until this day, it is legal. Until this day, it is legal.
See,
And that's the crazy part. Because, honey, let me tell you, Egypt and a lot of Arabic countries, I pay all my respect, but they have a lot of gay guys. Oh, whew, child have mercy. But they all in the closet. They all live in miserable. Some people they are out, and I love my Arab boys. You know, we try to connect, and I follow them and stuff like that. And but the rest is like, why are we not making the voice? But everybody is like people that I talk to, they just care to say it. No, I'm not scared. I have pretty balls that I say whatever I want. Because if I can live in life without my mom, without my dad, and to get this on from the whole family and still trying to be me and making it to be me, I will say whatever I want to say. And I will be the voice for my Arabic community. Be gay, be out, be happy, and be fab.
yeah, I can't
It
imagine
was,
being
I,
so. No,
I got beat
I was just
from
saying I can't imagine being so disappointed that something would want to make me kill my child. Um, and I can't even imagine that being a law over there. Um, me like what gives me the right to kill somebody because I don't agree with their lifestyle? So
right.
wrapping my head around that is crazy. How old were you when you lost your friend?
I was 13. Yeah, after I moved from here.
And your
I,
friend,
I mean, I'm sorry, after I moved from Egypt to here. Like, yeah, in 3 years, he was 13 years old, trying to, it was teenager.
and his father
He
killed him at
had it most
13?
of it. Huh?
His father killed him at 13?
Yeah. And me and him the same age. He would have been 30. He's a cancer boy.
Okay.
Love my friend. I smile about it because he's seeing me now how how I how I want to be and what I want to become to be how I want the Arabic community to look at. I want all, honey, they will,
They
and they are, but it will be more. You you're gonna wake up and just know about me,
yeah.
and that's my goal. And I'm not doing it just for my friend, or I'm not doing it just for me. I'm doing it for every Arabic gay boy.
But when you learn that, naturally that hurt. My best friend, he didn't just die. He was murdered by his father because he and I are he's like me, he's gay.
Hmm.
Dad killed him.
My dad killed me a different way. That's that's the difference.
Your dad killed you a different way.
Yes, my dad killed me emotionally,
Emotion.
physically, mentally, psychically. Like he just killed me in every way. End up with a leak. But I laugh about it now.
You're laughing through the pain because it's not
Ye-
like something you really want to
Yes,
laugh at.
because I've been sad all my life. I've been sad like what? How many years since I was 17? I got kicked out until a couple years ago until I made some coins on the side. But yeah, I've been sad all my life. I so I'm learning to laugh it off because I don't want to live in the past no more. I want to move on. I want to feel like I'm a newborn. Like
So
okay, outside.
Being a newborn, did that involve any sort of therapy for you?
No,
So
no.
this is you just saying you're like Diana Ross. I'm coming out. I'm living my best life, and I don't care who don't like it. This is me.
Yeah, yes, and I really don't give a fuck. I I know what they say about me. I hear what they say about me. Even people that I know what they think of me. I'm very psycho bitch. I read. It's not read like I read. Oh, I do that too, but I read people in front of me. I'm not a fool. I got fooled a lot of my life, and when you get fooled from your family, your own father, and your own stepmom, and your own cousins, and oh baby, you will learn to
Did
know
you
how this person thinking to hurt you or to harm you or what the fuck they saying about you.
did you
So
feel like the entire community, the whole religion? Did you ever feel like everybody was against you? This, yeah,
I was hated. Oh my god, I was hated when I was young. When I was in the old school in Egypt before I come here, I was hated. They make me feel like I was the only gay boy. I was always fat. I was always fat. Not when I'm born, but after that situation, I was like, okay, at that age, you know, it was I was a gay boy. Like I was just a young boy that did this traumatized and I'm trying to live with it. So I was just trying to be beautiful. I always tried to be beautiful. I always tried to dress. I always tried to be this, to be that. So in the school, walking in the street and all of that, oh my god, I used to get bullied so much. In my country, oh my god, I used to hate it, girl. Like they made me feel like nobody gay. And low key, everybody would have hate it. Even when I was damn young back then. Because now life show me it comes around. Now I see them. They become gay. But they can't own it like I do.
mm,
They become even more trends and everything. I'm like, wait, that's the same people that used to bully me. That's the same people that used to bully me and call me all these names and a faggot and throw stuff at me when I was in the school when I was young. Nobody was sitting in the next to the desk of me because they thought being gay is like contagious. I went through shit. I went through shit. In there, and when I came here from my father, that's why I told you my father killed me differently. He ended a person named Ahmed. So when I decide is from now on is bougie, that's when that's when I get disowned. That's when my mom stopped talking to me for a while. That's when people start leaking my pictures and taking pictures of me and leaking my stepmom hacked my shit and posted the shit to embarrass me all over Egypt. It was horrible, honey.
you done been through it all.
When I tell you, mama, I've been through shit and hella bad, but the thing is, nobody knows because I don't be open about it.
Yeah,
I don't like sympathy. I don't want to feel. I don't want you to feel bad for me.
right,
I want you know what? How you gonna like look out for me and be like, oh, I really fuck with Bougie. Like he really got a story. Like Bougie got pull me on something.
right.
Connect with somebody.
Yeah, you.
Don't feel bad for me. That's the kind of bitch I am.
Mm.
Don't come here and cry for me and do that. Like no, I don't need that. My own father didn't do that to me. My own mother did not do that to me. So I don't want a stranger to do it to me.
You said your mother
I
stopped.
don't want to feel the feeling that I wanted to feel from my father before he died hugging me.
Mm.
I'm 30 years old and I only got two pictures for my father in my whole entire life. Please tell me about our family. Yeah.
You said you and your mother stopped speaking for a while. How long did you go without speaking to your mother?
Like five, 6 months.
Oh, okay.
5, 6 months.
Okay.
Because I was her only income until this day. So 1 plus 1 is they say it's two, but it's one. But but she
Wow.
had to. She don't got no other choice. But now she's a girl. I love my mama. She's my bestie. I be telling her, she know all my dirt. I be chit chatting with her. I'm glad.
Were you an only child?
Okay, so That's like gonna be funny, girl. So my mom before my dad was married. Okay, my mom is like her family's so powerful in my city. Whatever, one of her, my great grandfather was the mayor
Mm.
in my city, so we all grow up in like these kind of lifestyle, whatever. So my mom married before she got divorced with two girls. Then she married my dad. She got me, and after she married my dad, she divorced my dad, and she married another man. She stayed with him for 13 years old, and that's the man that I hate for my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
But he's the man that he raised me in the same time. It's crazy. Um,
See, I wasn't gonna say that.
I give it to him that he did raise me, and I give it to him that he was a dirty ass bitch ass nigga. He got beat up by my mama, but not because of that, because something else. But I was looking at life. I was like, oh, karma. Now mama hit him. Oh, because nobody believed me when I say he be looking at people. But anyway, yeah. So after my mom, she divorced that man, and now she's not married. So my dad married my mom, got me, and when he came in here, he got married, but he didn't have no kids, and divorced her, and he got married to another woman, an Arabic woman. I hate that woman with all my life. I if I seen that woman on fire in the street, I won't spit on it to help her to release the fire. And so my dad got from her two boys and a girl. So I'm the only boy to my mom, and the youngest to my mom, and the oldest to my dad.
Your father felt like you dishonored the family, but you're like, Dad, this is common. What are you missing here? This is everybody around me is doing this.
It
And
was like that trend that it was like everybody was. I don't know. I don't know. Back in the day, like I said, it was disgusting to me. I just want to say something to all the mothers out there. Just be careful. Be careful. I hate when I see a boy sitting on somebody's lap and they're not their father. Not even her father. Like don't even. It traumatized. It triggered me so much.
really,
Oh yes. I I've been saying stuff before to my like girlfriends. I'm like, bruh, why is he carrying your son like that? They were like, come on. I'm like, ain't no come on, bitch. I don't know that man. If Auntie Bougie don't even carry the boy like that, nobody should be carrying that boy like that.
mm,
And I'm the Auntie Bougie, so I think about it twice. The woman's side and the man's side. If I'm
right.
not carrying that man like that, because he a grown boy, don't even touch him like that. Don't even joke with him like that. And sometimes they get mad at me. But I don't care. I'm just gonna say whatever it is. You want it, you believe it, believe it. I'm that kind of friend. I'll tell you whatever it is in your face. You're mad, get the fuck out, bitch. You're not mad, I'm just saying that I'm being your friend and I'm looking out for you.
That brings me to, I've shared this story before on this platform, but I remember being a little girl and my mom sent me around the corner, tell Daddy I need him to go to the store. And I go around the corner, I say, Daddy, Mommy needs you to go to the store. He's at the neighbor's house. And the neighbor asked me, do you want me to go to the store with your dad? And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it really didn't make a difference to me one way or the other. He said, I'll go
Uh-huh.
to the store with your dad if you sit on my lap. And my father was dead. My father snapped. My father lost it. He lost it. And I was like, and again, I'm like 8 years old, maybe. What's the big deal with me sitting on his lap? But a lot of kids didn't have that conversation. You don't sit on laps.
No, you
So,
don't.
and now you, because of what you've gone through, you like, you shouldn't see any child sitting on anyone's lap.
Ooh. When I went to Egypt and like I went to Egypt 4 years ago, I think. Yeah, 4 years ago. My sister had, her boys and they was like playing and they was like I heard something triggered me. Girl, I went ham in the whole house.
Mm,
I was like, as out of everybody, y'all know what happened to me. So why are you allowing the same kind of behavior to be the same boys by themselves in the room and light the light and like do like why? Why? Let the boys be boys, play with the girls. What happened with the boys playing with the girls? Nothing happened.
mm,
There's nothing wrong with them. As long as they are raised right, they not gonna do the wrong thing. As long as sometimes I'm with whipping ass. As long as you're gonna whip your ass your kid, they're not gonna do it again. Especially when it comes to young age and sexually. But now this generation, they not even understanding what traumatized is
Right.
or what rape is because they just, I think like they just horny 24/7. These young boys,
They are.
boys be walking the street honey with baggy pants, and
Yeah.
I'm like, all right,
Mm.
7 years old. When I was 6 years old, I was happy with a lady pie.
Right. Those were the things that made us happy. And I'm 16
And
years older than
you
you.
know that the pins that they are colorful,
Right.
like
Right. So now let's go back for a second because you said everybody is born normal.
yes,
So when you say everybody's born normal, I want to be clear so we can
right.
dig into that. You're saying that every little girl is born with natural attraction to men and every little boy is born with natural attraction to women?
I believe you are born perfect. You decide what you want because the way that you decide is the way that you influence from life
Hmm.
and what happened to you and what life throwing at you and all of that, and that's what you become. Like I said, until you hit that reset button to reset your whole life, that's on you to do that.
Yeah.
Trauma, things like that happen to you, it grow with you. But I still believe God is not going to make no mistakes. He not gonna I just don't believe that he's just gonna give a birth to something that God calls sin.
Hmm.
Not us. He's the one that he called it sin. The Bible and the Quran and speecher book, all of that, he called it sin. So why would he create sin? That's why everybody believes that's what God said. That's not my word.
Right,
That's his
right,
word.
right,
And
right.
saying, please I don't want the community to come at me, Hattie, because if it's sin, well, baby,
Right.
I was the firstborn.
So you are. So, but when you were little prior to this incident that happened, right? You had attraction to girls. Was there an actual?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did. I had a couple girlfriends.
yeah, yeah. And it's so funny because I think most women, myself included. I'm just going to use myself as an example. I will look at somebody about like you. I'm like, now, okay, he fine because
Yeah.
naturally for me, I'll look at a man and say that. When I'll look at another female, I'm like, oh, she's cute, she's pretty. But that acknowledging her beauty and acknowledging yours will be two different things because naturally for me, I'm gonna look at you like, okay, he's fine. I want to get to know him because that's
Hmm.
natural to me. But you're saying that it's the way God created every one of us is completely different.
Yeah.
When you talk about having your little girlfriend crushes, you're not just you haven't just been with men sexually. You've been with women.
Oh, oh no. I've been with flavors, baby. Yes, I did. I dated a woman. I had a couple girlfriends. Even when I grow up, I always have something for a certain type of woman. Find them attractive, and real woman though.
Real woman. When you say real woman, does that mean real woman born with the female anatomy?
Yeah,
So now that takes me to my next point.
of
Because
course. I know you was coming in it. That's why I slided it.
okay, so because now the whole trans thing is a big deal, you know.
It is, and I love my train girl. I had something with a trans girl. You know, I'm not ashamed of it. But with all my respect to my trans woman, you are a trans woman, not a woman. Like a trans man. Even if he got 12-inch surgery dick, he's still a trans man, not just a man. And I love everybody. And I just wanted to say that because that was a recent conversation from a girl from Now the CV, Jessica or Jay. I do apologize. I don't know her name. I love her. She's beautiful. She's very beautiful trans woman, and she had an interview recently, and she did not allow the interviewer to say trans woman. She just wanted to be called a woman. I feel that. Come on now, you gotta, we gotta appreciate women, guys. Like more, we gotta appreciate and respect women. We gotta appreciate and respect women more than what are we doing outside right now. Respect women, give them their flower. Without a woman, we won't be here.
Right.
The interviewer and that girl, they wouldn't be here without a woman, a real woman. You know what I'm saying? So
That's the thing.
I'm all about respecting women.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. And I think that's the thing that sets you apart. That's the reason why you stand out. Because despite the fact that society is saying, well, trans women are women, even as a gay guy, you're like, no, trans women are trans women and women are women. Y'all are not the same. So, because,
You know, let me tell you something. If you said it like the interviewer, Tasha, whatever, like when she said it, everybody would look at her. Oh my God, she's homophobic. She's transphobic. She this, she this, she that. No, she's a real woman. She will stand for her own community. When they hear it from somebody like me, they will think, "Oh my God, he just want views. He just want followers. He just follow what people say." No, I don't follow nobody what say. I say my opinion and my belief and what the fuck I'm believing on and what I stand on. Jeffree Star even said it.
yeah,
So when they hear it from Jeffree Star, they be like, "Okay, let's think about it." But that was all the time that Bougie Boy was trying to say it to y'all. The same thing. Have your respect for women. All the things that y'all doing, extra things. That's why Donald Trump wins. Because y'all doing too much. Oh, my phone call.
it's okay.
Not Donald Trump right here with me. Hey, boo.
So,
Like, girl, like that. Respect women and own you. You want to be called a woman, not a trans woman. There's something between you and your people, but you cannot ask a woman to call you a woman and that woman know that you are a trans woman. Come on, give that woman her respect.
yeah. You know, I had a moment like that. And since we're talking, I can, we could rap. Because
Yeah,
I had a moment like
right
that.
there. We rapping.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Previously in the workplace, I was uncomfortable using the restroom because I'm like, I understand what it looks like. But as a woman, I'm seeing I'm seeing a man into the restroom with me, right? Despite the fact that, trans, whatever. And I was like, oh, it caused me that discomfort, but it was like no one cared. So when I speak to people like you, I'm like, well, was I wrong in feeling feeling the
No, you was
discomfort?
not wrong. No, you was not wrong.
Yeah.
I don't believe a woman should be around. No, you're not wrong for you to have your own feelings towards that, and it's very, very sensitive subject. And a lot of people has different opinion about it, but I did say my opinion. Me as a man, if okay, so that's different. Let me clear that too. Me as a man, if I'm dressed like a little thing, because you see me, like I like to dress and stuff like that. But if I'm not booked in the club and the owners know who the fuck I am and they're gonna empty the bathroom for me, I'm just gonna go to the women bathroom. If the bathroom is empty for me and the owners know that I'm going, my security walking me and I'm booked, I'm going to the main bathroom. If a lot of men in there and the women bathroom is open, I will go in the women bathroom as long as no woman inside. Let me just clear that
Yeah.
because just love to say, oh, but you don't like it. You want to go to the women's bathroom, but you don't like the trains. Like, no, understand my situation, baby. I'm booked, honey. I'm hosting the club. So if the bathroom is empty and my security outside, best to believe, girl, I'm gonna go piss in there.
See
If
that?
no woman in there.
Thank
But
you
if
for
it's
that.
somebody, I will go to the main bathroom. I'm a man that loves fashion and to dress.
Yeah.
I'm he, him. That's all I know is he and she. The others, I do apologize with all my respect to y'all. I don't know what the fuck is that. And but I love everybody.
Yeah.
I support every member in the gay community because I know a lot of. I'm not gonna say again. I'm gonna be careful with my words. Not everybody went through traumatized and everything like that. But a lot of these trans women, trans men, binary, all of this, me being gay, all of this, bisexual, DL, all of that, it's something trigger us. So we all gotta unite it and become with each other. Not to be like, oh, this, and this, and that, and this. No, we all just gotta be this because nobody's fucking with us right now. So we gotta fuck with each other and protect each other.
Well,
Like
see,
we losing all these Arab gay guys getting killed and all of that. No, we gotta stand together. Let's help each other communities.
yeah, but see, I'm straight. Always been straight, right? But I'm talking to you, So I get what you're saying. You want that nucleus because everyone looks at the LGBTQIA community.
They look at us like we dumb, that
Yeah,
we don't know
because
where we want to be.
right.
That's how people. That's what I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
They looking at us that we don't know where we want to be. I know.
But you said it all leads back to trauma, and so this is not the first time I've heard that because even for instance, and I don't have you ever heard of Donnie McClurkin? He's a gospel artist.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah, and I know that was far fetched, but he was a young man like you, raped by
Uh
his
huh.
his cousin and his uncle, and it led to several years of homosexuality for him. He has since said, "I no longer live that life." Do you really see a lot of men who come out of that? Because for you, you're like, "No, this is who I am. I don't care." But do you see them come out of it?
Yes. Yes.
You do.
Yes. 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 And let me tell you something. It's a spiritual thing between you and God, and just a prayer things. And like I told you, you can press a reset and change everything about your life. We are have the power. We live in this earth, and we have the power to create our own reality. Okay, we attract what we want. I always say, I don't chase, I attract. You can't chase something. If it's not meant for you, it's not going to be for you.
Yeah.
But when you attract it and you pray for it, it's going to come to you. So that's what I believe. And that's why a lot of people, they did, oh, I'm not gay no more, or I become gay. That's why a lot of straight men that they lived up to their 40s and their 50s, and now they want to fuck with a 21 years old boy because they became gay. A lot of people they became gay. That's what I always say. You can become gay,
Yeah.
and you can become straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that everybody has to traumatize. Now, okay, reset your life and be straight. No, bitch, I love to dress like that, so I'm going out like that. Okay, you want to call me gay? You want to call me bi? You want to call me whatever you want to call me is not affecting me.
Right.
Okay, that's what I look at it. I might dress like a femme, but I don't do makeup and I don't do that, honey. I don't need none of that. Okay. Uh, and I still want to dress like a femme and go home. And I might when I go out. And when I go home, I might want to get my pee licked by a girl. Ain't nobody business.
Yeah. Right. No.
Be you and be out.
When you have moments of dressing however you want to dress, is that work related?
Most of the time it is work related. So it's like when I'm hosting a club, you gotta be the baddest bitch of the club. When I'm in the movie set or something, I gotta,
Mm.
put my spice. Of course, when I'm doing my music video, I serve looks, photo shoot, of course. But my daily, my honey, you see me right now, a black bodysuit and a little jewelry, and I'll call it a day. And with my fur jacket and jeans, like I'm very natural during the days. Like if I'm not doing nothing special or I'm hosting gala or something, bitch, I'm not dressed. Ain't nobody gonna see me anyway. Y'all only gonna see me
Gotcha.
when I go out.
Okay. Okay. So because I see
Let it out.
no, yeah, because you know what I see? I see a lot of, and I live in Atlanta, right?
Ooh.
I see a lot of gay men
I
who,
can't afford, honey. It's all competition between gay people.
but no,
Y'all fight too.
I see a lot of gay men who like loves to dress in like the women's department, where
Yeah,
those clothes. But that's why you're so confusing because I'm like, how do you think like me? But I'm like, but he's gay. So a lot of times, because honestly speaking, if I had had this conversation with someone else who was gay, it would be an argument. But
right.
you're like, no, this is my life. This is, what I believe. This is my opinion. You don't have to agree. And I'm stuck because I'm like, well, I agree with
And that's
you.
why a lot of people don't like me
Why?
because they just okay. Another gay guy that is not happy with his life, he don't want you to be happy with your life. He wants you to be a miserable ass bitch. Me, I don't be bothered by any. body in the community or outside the community, because it's simple and easy. Whatever Bougie Boy do, you cannot do, and whatever you do, I cannot do. So there is no competition. There is nobody comparing. There is nobody nothing. I love everybody. I support everybody. You would never be me,
Yeah,
and I would never be you.
yeah. I think you raise a lot of good points and you say a lot of stuff that shocks me because it's coming from gay men. And most gay men don't don't say the things you say. So
Follow the trend. They want to say what gonna make the clowns happy. I don't do that. I don't party with clowns. I feed my little demons cheese. So it's two different categories we in. That's why my song called Bougie Category. Everything in my life has a message. I like to prove myself. I'm the kind of person that I like to prove myself. And it's not to prove myself to anybody. I'm proving myself to the person that my dad slapped and caused me to get a back surgery. I'm proving to myself to that person that my dad put their hands on. Nobody in the entire world will ever put their hands on me again or make me feel I'm less or I'm disrespected or I'm not enough, because I am enough. I am all of that. And I'm it, bitch.
you know what I noticed? And I noticed this in your conversation with Chris Styles. I noticed that certain times when you talk about certain things, it seems like you get a little emotional when you talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Really. Especially when it comes to my dad sometimes. I do love him so much. But at the same time, he teaches me how to be strong.
See, when we spoke, I didn't you every time, and I have to say this, none of this is rehearsed. When the same way we started talking right prior to recording, that's
Yeah.
how I go into all of these interviews and these conversations. So nothing is rehearsed. We sort of go with the flow of the conversation. This was not
Yes, I
planned.
love this.
Yeah, this was not planned. These are real emotions that come
And
out.
that's why I accepted, because when I asked you, I was like, wait, is your show scripted? When you said no, I was like, I'm doing it with her.
Yeah.
Like, and I like Chris. I was like, it's not scripted. He was like, no, we should chat in. But was first hanging out, I was drinking my tequila. Okay. But now I just finished work, my shoot, so I can't really do the tequila. But I like this. I don't like scripted
Yeah.
questions. I don't like none of that.
It's not authentic that way. It's just kind of like, okay, you say this, I say that. No, who has time for
Right.
that? We live in reality, and even reality TV isn't really reality. Even that's scripted. So, but I like to be, we have to be real people because that's who we are. So, I said all that to say because when we spoke, you didn't mention to me that your father has actually physically put hands on you. So,
Yes. I decided to come out to my dad when I was 18 years old. No, 17. I'm sorry. 17 years old. I was just came back from Egypt. I was in a vacation. I just came from Egypt. He heard obviously that, your son was again, in my city, everybody knows who the fuck I am because my mom, family and stuff like that. So it got to my dad, your son is walking around with his boys driving around, they go, I don't know who was doing this, but it was just like the eye was on me, like what I was doing. So when I came back in here, no shade, I was tired from the vacation because I was like, I was partying, I was drinking, I was outside, I was 16 years old, I was outside with, Arabic money, so I was I was outside. So when I came here, he questioned me. He was like, "What everybody knows about my son that I don't know?" I was like, "Something that I don't think that you want to know." Because I was fed up. Like after that vacation, and I thought, I found my real love and stuff like that. I was just fed up with my dad. I was so tired of being a slave to him. I was so tired not to even have a real conversation or a hug from him. When I used to ask my dad, "Can you hug me?" I don't know. I used to ask my own father to hug me, and he was like, "That's gay shit, and that's for girls." Like, yeah. So
Wow.
when I decided to tell him, I told him the same day. He was like, I need to know what's going on. This guy. So when he said his name, I got scared for him to do something to the boy. You know what I'm saying? Because he's in Egypt. Anybody can harm him. And I was like, I'm not doing this again. I'm not carrying my brother. I mean, my friend that I lost. Like, I'm not doing this again in my life. So I came out. You know, I told him, I was like, don't worry, do nothing to the boy. I'm gonna stop talking to him, blah, 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 but I am gay. And he started showing me pictures on Instagram and stuff like that. Then he was like, okay, come downstairs. I was like, no, I'm not coming downstairs because I knew already what the fuck was gonna happen downstairs in the basement. We was in his business. I got boom, props, slapped in the face. I used to have my hair up, like I used to, I used to have a little bit of hair. He dragged me for my hair on the steps to the basement. Um, beat me up with his belt, dropped me off to the hospital, and he wasn't there. I had my back surgery and all of that. He wasn't there. Um, I got discharged. Then I went to the house. Then my stepmom, in the same day, kicked me out. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning, something like that. She kicked me out. Um, you know,
So your father broke your back.
yes, yes, I had surgery in my back. Yes, because of my father. But I'm not okay. Me to help myself, I looked at it from his point of view.
How?
When my dad caused me all of that, I looked at it from his point of view. Was I'm the first child to carry an Arabic family name, and he wanted to be proud of his son that he is married to a woman, got all these kids, and the grandfather would take care of these kids, okay? Like my culture. He wanted that boy to have his businesses, his buildings, apartment buildings, and my dad is a multimillionaire. So he wanted the biggest son to have everything. He wanted to stay home and to let me, after 17, to let me run everything, da 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 da. So, and a lot of things that he was expecting. So my dad used to always say he was expecting himself and me what he did with his dad. But sometimes life don't keep going like that. Sometimes it does this and go triangles, squares, you know what I'm saying? So it's not going to happen the same story. So he expected what he visioned of uh, an Arabic son, carrying the name of the family and, doing all of that. Because my dad was the income to his family.
Hmm.
Like all his sisters was around my dad and his brother getting married and all of that. It was my dad of the family. Like he was doing everything for the family. So my dad wanted the same shit that he did, I do. I ain't with that bullshit. So I put myself in his shoes to make me feel a little better, to understand why he's angry at me. And that does help me. That does help me. That did help me a lot.
Yeah.
But still causing me pain.
Yeah.
And he managed to cause me pain even after his death.
And how
He
long?
left a voice. He left a voice note. Is a horrible voice note, just about me.
You don't want to share it?
In the same, no, basically like in the same voice note, he's saying that he didn't love me, but he was obsessed with me. Like he was watching everything that I do, but he never wasn't like proud of me or anything like that. He made it clear that he don't love me. He also made it clear that he didn't want me to be in his funeral. Um, you know, I don't know who tell him that I became a woman. I am a man. So he said I wanted a man, not a woman. So just being gay in my dad vision is just okay. You a woman now? Like no, it's not. Like I'm not a woman. I never touched my body. I never had any surgeries. I'm not planning about it. I'm I'm perfectly fine who God made me to be. Okay, so whoever put this thing in his mind, I wish them the worst. I wish him hell. But yeah, he managed to hurt me. But in the same time, when I was tears in my eyes, when I'm sleeping, I cry almost every day after my dad. I loved my dad like he was my own boyfriend. I used to be jealous of my dad from anybody. I used to get beat up and I used to get disrespected. I used to get called names, all of that. But I was so in love with that man because I grew up without him. So I thought that he will be, when you're about to drown in the water and somebody come and pick you up. So that's what I thought when he flew me out of Egypt, and my mom agreed to sign the papers and all of that. So I thought that he's everything for me. Even after even I get kicked out and all of that, I was still working with him in the business. I was still running a business for him until when I was 21. After 21, a lot of problems started happening again. I was just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm grown. I can work, get my own job. I don't need a father like that. La, 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 la. That's when I was like, you know what? I'm completely on my own. I wasn't in his house since I was 17. I left his business and his money and everything until when I'm 21. And he told me, he was like, you're not going to have anything. I'm taking everything for you. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'll do it again. I choose me.
How long prior to his passing did he leave you that voice note saying all of that?
That was days before he died.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was his death expected?
Okay, so after the pandemic, my dad sold everything in the United States of America and went back to Egypt. Um, he did his investments in there, whatever, whatever, whatever. Then he got really sick. He had 3 heart surgeries or 2 heart surgeries in Egypt. They didn't go well. My dad flew private to here, United States of America, to have another surgery. He stayed a whole month in the hospital. I find out all of this after he died. Nobody told me nothing. I'm disowned. Nobody told me nothing. Nobody told me your dad here is sick in the hospital or in this ICU or whatever. All of that. Nobody told me nothing. Nobody wanted to give me the address for the funeral or the mosque. I have to ask stranger people, calling people crying that where is the funeral? Which mosque that are they praying on? La 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 la. I went to the mosque. They didn't allow me to go inside. I was in the car with my dad ex girlfriend. So after that, we went to the funeral place. I walked to that grave. I was the first one at that grave, waiting for my father. I opened the grave for my father with the guy that they opened the thing because we Muslim, you know how it is. We're Muslim. So I was opening that with them. And when he pulled up, when that car came up towards the grave, I was the first one receiving my father. He knew I was there for him, but he was never there for me when I needed him. So when my other cousins see me and my stepmom saw me, my stepmom embarrassed me in front of everybody. Said, "Oh, he's not allowed to be here because he's gay." And I was like, "Bitch, you're not making me feel embarrassed. Okay, bitch, thank you for making me more famous. Like, hello, bitch, tell everybody, tell the dead people, bitch, tell. I don't give a fuck." Again, I looked at it in a strong way. Bitch, you not pimping me out. You know how many niggas in that motherfucking funeral? Bitch, where I eat my ass? Like, I was, you know what I'm saying? I looked at it like, girl, you not gonna embarrass me. You not gonna, girl, do you know who I am? Like, who you? You just nothing but a cow that get fucked and get babies and drink milk. You got nothing going on in your life. Nothing. So I left from the funeral not because I'm scared of her, and she might watch this because she's a fan, honey. I left there not scared of her, not scared from my cousin, not scared from anybody. I left from their respect to my dad because I want my dad to get in his grave
Yeah.
because he was 2 days late already to get in the grave. And in the Muslim countries, in the Muslim religion, we gotta bury him right away. So I respected my dad that he's in that car and this woman trying to argue with me in front of people. Girl, please. I left because I need my dad to be in the grave and resting in peace. And 2 days after the funeral, my uncle sent me the voice note. Oh, we asked you to leave because your own father said that he don't want you in the funeral. I was like, y'all are doing too much to kill me in every single way. Y'all already accused me of me being one of the reasons why he died because I'm gay and I did not take care of the businesses and all of that and da 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 da. He got tired and all. I'm not a reason for nobody. I'm not a reason for nobody death. I'm not a reason for nobody's sickness. I'm not a reason for nobody. I'm telling it right now to all my day family. Y'all not gonna put shit on me. I loved my father. Nobody ever knew how much I loved my dad. I tried to change for my dad. I tried to date women and to fall in love. I do like women sometimes, but I did try to change for him to make him happy. But I just like I'm in here. Everything is available for me in here. America is a very big country and a free country that I've lived my truth. And bitch, I don't want to be free right now. Maybe at 40, I want to get married and change my life. But at this point, bitch, I'm in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Like it's different. I wish he just.
So
I wish a lot of things when it comes to him.
his last words weren't, "Son, I love you. I may not have disagreed with your lifestyle, but you're still my son. I love you. I know we didn't have the best relationship."
Never said I love you. Never said I love you. He never said I love you.
And instead, his last words were, "Don't come."
In their words, I'm not. I don't want you to be. Of course, he was talking in Arabic. I don't want you to be in the funeral. I wanted a man, not a woman. And I never loved you a day in my life, but I was obsessed with you. How you like? That's what I told you. My relationship with my dad is like a girlfriend and a boyfriend. They love with each other. It's like you can't stand that man, but you're watching that man constantly to see what they doing, and that's exactly what's my relationship with my dad. I used to pass by my dad's business just to see his car, just to make sure that he's alive. He didn't answer my phone calls.
Mm.
Our relationship was weird. He described to my uncle that one thing, like my uncle, the one that he likes me in my country. He told me he was like, your dad was in pain seeing you dressed like this, but he couldn't stop it not to watch you every day. He like my uncle described to me outfits that I wore, and I was like, oh my god, I was so drunk doing this TikTok, and he was like, that's how bad your dad was like watching you. Like he was telling me, he was telling my uncle what I was wearing.
Mm.
Like why he never liked to call me bougie. He was like, why Ahmed is doing this. I wanted to give him this and I wanted to give him that, but I couldn't lie to myself. A lot of people be like, "Oh my God, you could have just lied and just take his money and all of that when he was alive."
Mm.
Why would I live double life?
Yeah.
Because money I make it on my own.
Mm.
He dead. He didn't take no money. All this money didn't help him. Fly private jet from Egypt to United States of America. You know how much that money cost to go and still end up died. And my dad never been happy a day in his life. I can tell. I can look at my own father and I tell you never been happy. My dad never been the one like he was spoiled on us, of course, but he was never the one that he can go and buy him a new shirt or like buy him a new watch. My dad died and he has an iPhone 5. Girl, you know what type of Arabic man he was.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So I don't want to live like that. My dad is a work person.
Yeah.
I like that too. But wait a minute, I need to book ball sometimes. I need to work on my mental health. I need to work on my physical. I need to go check myself to make sure I'm okay. I need to go walk. I need to eat this. I need to wear this. I need to feel I'm beautiful. I need to feel I'm confident in myself. I'm not killing myself like him.
Yeah.
And that's why he never loved me. I wasn't a version of him.
Yeah.
And he used to always say, "I'll make you come back and kiss my feet for me to give you money." I was like, "Well, that day gonna happen. I want you to shoot me the fuck up." And that day never happened. Thank God that I never put my hands out to anybody that I need anything from anybody. And can I smoke a cigarette in here?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. I you probably need that right now. See, that's the thing.
Whew.
I never know where these conversations are gonna go. And you just taught me a lot about, I mean, you just shared a lot about your story, but even taught me a lot about the Arab and Muslim culture because I mean, I knew it could get ugly, but that's the only thing I knew, that it could get ugly. I didn't know it can get like ugly, you
Yeah,
know.
ugly, ugly, ugly.
That is that's something.
But now, 2025, I look at, I didn't mean to cut you off, but now I look at 2025, it's like, it's a lot. So be out
Right.
and raise your voice
Yeah. Yeah.
and just,
Yeah.
and I just, like, my best advice for them, just stop living that double life.
I think the double life is dangerous. If you're gay, you're just gay. But the double
Very,
life?
very dangerous. I know, I knew men, they live double life.
And you know a lot of them now in the US and back in Egypt.
Yes, international, international bougie.
Yeah, that mm,
But okay, I own this. When I was young, I say it, for fun. But when I was young, I it never phased me. Like if a man want to have sex with me or want to date me, and he has a woman in that house or got kids or nothing, I never dated a gay guy. My three exes was straight. I was the first boy. Clock that phase.
what?
Now when I turned 25, I promised myself that I will not hurt a woman again. Because what I did when I was young, it happened to one of my sisters. Her man, they find out that he was gay. Which I said that before the wedding, but nobody believed me. Everybody think bougie think everybody gay. No, I look at men differently. I clock it. When I first look at the man, I clock it. So when I say what I say, nobody believes me. I was like, okay, we're married and get kids, bitch. And after 7 years of marriage, she found a video on his page. Whoa, 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 whoa. And he was not. He was the one who banned it. I was like, oh shit. I was like, nobody believed me. I wish everybody listened to Boosie.
You know, years ago, there was an episode of the Oprah show. So we're going back, right? And there was like a guy who was on the down low, and he said something on the panel, if I'm not mistaken. Like I can look in the audience right now and tell you and point out gay men. Do you think you have that radar? Like you can look and tell who's gay?
Yes, I smell it. I know what a man wants when a man look at me in the eyes. It did it like, girl. I'm telling you, my three exes that I claim. I don't know about who claiming me. I only claim three. That I was in a serious relationship with. They were straight. I was their first boy.
Yeah.
The one in Egypt and the two in here, I was their first. And one of them in here, when he got married, he named his first son under my first real name. Yes.
Woo!
And the last one, he had a girlfriend while we were. Oh, look at him, saving his spirit. Um, he had a girlfriend while we was dating, and I did not give a fuck. I was young and I was outside. Because at that time, I was one of the only few gay guys that was hosting straight clubs in Philadelphia. I was hosting over 7 clubs,
Mm,
so I was just outside. You know what I'm saying? I was
yeah.
like, oh, he's cute. And I don't date ugly dudes. I don't date ugly boys. I don't date ugly dudes.
You just made me lose my thought with everything you just shared. So when you had these relationships with the men who were straight are were I don't even know. Did they ever do they still live like down low lives or are they gay now?
So now I don't know. Once I cut you off out of my life, you're not in my life. I'm a Capricorn.
Gotcha.
I don't do that in between. Once you cut off and you hurt my feelings and you damage me, boom, bang.
So you were just done with them.
Like my father, yes, I'm not. No man on this earth or no woman or nobody in this earth again will hurt me or make me feel any kind of less or disown me or deny me or none of that. I'm no, no, baby, you will get cut off, boom, just like that.
Yeah.
No bars.
Child. I never know where these conversations are gonna go. And you can prove that, right? We did this.
Right. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, this is not rehearsed. This is real, authentic conversation, storytelling, and a release because we let our emotions go. And having never been through real therapy, you're still letting your
That's
emotions out.
a way
Huh?
you know, that's a way of healing.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I like to do these podcasts. And like, I did multiple, obviously, but I like to do this podcast to talk
Yeah.
because what I went through or what I'm going through. Because look, everybody going through shit. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Everybody got his own thing going through.
Yeah.
But when you come up here and make a voice and talk your truth and make it changes for people to look at you, that will might help somebody else.
Oh,
Know it
absolutely.
does. I know when a lot of my Arabic community they look at me, I know
Yeah.
they believing in me, and I'm not gonna let them down, and I'm fighting until I get my Hollywood Walk fame, being the only Arab gay boy to be out and to live his truth and not scared from anybody.
Now, before I let you go, because you're the first person I'm speaking to who's bilingual or maybe multilingual, I don't know.
Yeah.
How many languages do you speak?
I speak English, of course. I speak Arabic, and I speak a little Farsi and poquito de español.
Oh, okay. Because I heard like a Spanish dialect, and so I was like,
Yeah, and in my song Bougie category, I mix the three languages in actually. I mix English, Arabic, and Spanish.
ah, oh, look at you. Now, so I gotta say thank you so much for your time. I didn't know this was gonna be like a release, but I'm always glad when it is.
Thank
But
you.
I want you, if you can, in Arabic though, because I just like the language. Can you say thank you so much for watching and throw out your handles, but I want you to say it in Arabic.
شكرا جدا ان انتوا بتشوفوني النهارده معاها في البودكاست. I was انا كنت الضيف بتاعها بوجي بوي and yeah, well, ان شاء الله هتشوفوني اكتر واكتر.
Whatever he just said, do that. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome. I really enjoyed it.